You have seen A-frames. You have seen domes. You have seen boxes on wheels and arches on hillsides. But you have never seen anything like this. A home with points. Actual angular points, projecting outward from a central core in every direction. From above, it looks like a star drawn on the landscape. From inside, it feels like nothing else in residential architecture. The star-shaped home is the rarest form in tiny house design, and the architects who build them say it solves problems that every other shape leaves unsolved. Today, we are finding out exactly why. The exterior that stops people cold. The interior that should not work, but completely does. And the design logic behind a shape that looks radical, but thinks like a genius. If rare architecture and unconventional tiny home design are what you love, Affordable Tiny Living is your channel. Subscribe right now. This is exactly what we cover every single week. Now, the star shape. What is actually going on here? Before we get into the design, we need to understand what a star-shaped home actually is, because the term covers more variation than most people realize. A star-shaped home is a structure built on a plan that radiates outward from a central core in multiple directions, creating a series of projecting wings or points separated by re-entrant angles, the inward-pointing corners between each projection. The most common configurations are 4-pointed, 5-pointed, and 6-pointed plans. Each produces a different spatial experience, a different structural challenge, and a different exterior silhouette. But all of them share the same fundamental geometry, a center that anchors the plan and arms that reach outward from it. At the large residential scale, star-shaped plans appear occasionally in modernist and organic architecture. Frank Lloyd Wright's Usonian homes approached radial planning at several points in his career, and numerous experimental architects have explored multi-wing radial plans as a way to connect interior spaces to landscape in multiple directions simultaneously. At the tiny home scale, under 500 square feet, the star plan is almost unheard of. The construction complexity, the irregular framing required at every re-entrant corner, and the challenge of fitting functional domestic spaces into pointed wing volumes keep most small home builders far away from it. Which is exactly why the handful of tiny star-shaped homes that have been built are so extraordinary. They exist because someone refused to take the easier path. The star plan solves a specific spatial problem that rectangular and even circular tiny home plans struggle with. In a rectangular tiny home, every room relates to every other room in a linear sequence. You move through space in one direction, front to back or side to side. The plan is efficient, but it is fundamentally one-dimensional in its spatial experience. In a star plan, every wing of the home relates to the central core, but not necessarily to the adjacent wings. Movement through the home is radial. You pass through the center to reach any destination, and from any point in the home, you are either in the intimate enclosure of a pointed wing or in the open convergence of the central core. That alternation between enclosed and open, between directed and convergent, between the tip of a point and the heart of the center, is a spatial experience that no linear plan can produce. Architects build star-shaped homes because they want to give the occupant a relationship with interior space that feels genuinely different from every other small home on the planet. And they succeed. The exterior of a star-shaped tiny home is the most immediately distinctive thing about it. There is no ambiguity, no possibility of mistaking it for something conventional. It announces itself completely from the moment it enters your field of vision. In most homes, the plan, the floor layout, is invisible from outside. You see walls, windows, and a roof. The underlying geometry of the floor plan is hidden. In a star-shaped home, the plan is the facade. Every projecting wing produces an exterior corner that reads on the outside as a sharp, angular point. Every re-entrant angle between wings produces an inward corner that reads as a deep shadow line. The exterior surface of the building is the direct expression of the plan geometry. Every decision made on paper is visible on the building. This means the star-shaped home is architecturally honest in a way that most residential design is not. The outside tells you exactly what the inside is doing. Nothing is hidden. Nothing is dressed up. The geometry is the architecture. From a distance, this produces a silhouette that the eye struggles to categorize. It is not a cabin, not a prefab, not anything the brain has a ready label for. It reads as a deliberate act of design, which is precisely what it is. The roof of a star-shaped home is where the exterior design gets most complex and most rewarding. Each projecting wing of the star plan has its own roof section, a pitched or shed roof covering the wing volume. At the re-entrant angles between wings, those individual roof sections meet in valley conditions that require careful detailing, and above the central core, a dominant roof form, a pyramid, a raised flat plate, a central lantern, unifies the composition and marks the heart of the plan from the exterior. The most resolved, star-shaped, tiny home roofs treat each wing roof as a consistent, repeated element. Same pitch, same material, same eave height, and contrast it with a distinct central roof form that rises above the surrounding wing roofs and anchors the composition. The result reads like a crown from above and like a cluster of related forms from ground level. Each wing legible as an individual element, and all of them clearly belonging to the same family. Standing seam metal roofing in a single consistent tone across all faces, dark gray, weathered zinc, matte black, is the material choice that most effectively unifies the complex multifaceted roof of a star home into a single coherent surface. The color continuity across every facet and every valley makes the complexity readable as design rather than confusion. The projecting points of a star home, the sharp exterior corners where two wing walls meet, are the most architecturally expressive moments on the exterior. How they are handled determines whether the building reads as precise and intentional or awkward and unresolved. The sharpest, most dramatic versions bring the two wing walls together at a genuine acute angle, 20 to 30 degrees, with a crisp external corner in a single material. At that angle, the point is unmistakably a point. It reads as architectural confidence. It says this was designed this way on purpose, and the designer knew exactly what they were doing. The re-entrant angles between points, the inward corners where wing walls step back toward the central core, create deep shadow conditions that read as strong horizontal shadow lines on the exterior surface. Those shadow lines are the visual rhythm of the star home exterior. They mark the intervals between wings, give the facade its depth and texture, and ensure that the building looks different at every hour of the day as the sun moves and the shadow lines shift. The exterior cladding of a star-shaped home faces the same challenge as the W-shaped home, a complex geometry that requires the material to either celebrate the form or simplify it. A single, continuous cladding material across all faces, dark board and batten, charcoal fiber cement panel, blackened timber, simplifies the reading of the form and lets the geometry speak without material competition. Every wing face reads as part of the same surface. The star shape is the entire statement. A contrasting material on the projecting wing faces versus the re-entrant angle zones creates a rhythm that maps the geometry visually. Light cladding on the wing faces, dark cladding in the re-entrant zones. The pattern of the star is made legible through the material pattern. You can read where each point begins and ends from across the property. Both strategies work. The single material produces a more monolithic, sculptural exterior. The contrasting material produces a more articulated, pattern-forward one. The choice depends on how much the designer wants the geometry to announce itself versus how much they want it to be discovered gradually on approach. Step through the door of a star-shaped tiny home, and the first thing you notice is that the interior does not match your expectation of the exterior. Outside, it was angular, pointed, complex. Inside, it is calm. The center of a star plan is the spatial payoff that makes everything else worth the effort. In a 4- or 5-pointed star home, the central zone is where all the wings converge. It is simultaneously the circulation hub. Every wing is accessed from here, the primary gathering space, and the tallest volume in the building. Because the central roof form rises above the surrounding wing roofs, the ceiling at the center is the highest point in the interior. That combination, convergent circulation, primary social space, maximum ceiling height, makes the central core the most alive zone in the entire home. It is where movement happens, where people gather, where the spatial energy of the plan focuses. Designers who understand star home interiors treat this central zone as the engine of the plan. The kitchen island or hearth anchors it. The floor material shifts here, from the softer material of the wing floors to the harder, more durable material of the central zone. The lighting changes, the ceiling rises. Everything about the space signals that you have arrived at the heart of the building. Each wing of the star home is a directed spatial experience. The plan narrows as you move from the central core toward the tip of each point, and the ceiling follows the roof pitch downward as you go. The further into a wing you move, the more enclosed and intimate the space becomes. This natural compression makes wing volumes ideal for the most private and focused functions of the home. The sleeping wing, a platform bed at the tip of the narrowest point, the ceiling dropping protectively overhead, the walls converging around the bed, like two arms of the building itself, holding the sleeping space. No door required. The geometry creates the enclosure. The reading or workspace wing, a built-in desk running the length of the wing toward the tip, a window at the point, framing a single, curated view. The narrowing plan focuses attention forward. There is nowhere else to look but at the view and the work in front of you. The bathroom wing, the most practical assignment for a wing volume in a small star home. The irregular geometry that makes other functions challenging is not a problem in a bathroom. Fixtures can be arranged along the angled walls, the shower at the tip, the vanity along the narrowing run toward the center. Each wing is a room without being a room, a space defined entirely by geometry rather than by walls, and more powerfully defined for it. Here is a detail that most people do not think about until they are standing in a star home looking at it. The re-entrant angles, the inward corners between wings, appear on the interior as outward corners. Where the exterior reads as an inward notch, the interior reads as an outward projecting corner. And those outward interior corners, flanked by two converging wall surfaces meeting at an acute angle, create some of the most interesting small spatial moments in the entire home. A built-in window seat tucked into the angle between two wings, the two wall surfaces wrapping around the seated person on either side. A floor-to-ceiling bookshelf running the two converging wall faces and meeting at the corner point. A small secondary stair or ladder accessing a sleeping loft, the angled walls framing the ascent on either side. These corner moments are where star home designers show their skill. The re-entrant angle is not leftover space. It is the most spatially specific point in the entire interior. Use it with intention, and it becomes the most beloved corner in the home. The star plan produces more exterior wall surface relative to floor area than almost any other residential geometry. More wall surface means more opportunity for windows, and more windows means more natural light entering the interior from more directions simultaneously. In a rectangular tiny home, Natural light enters from two primary directions, front and rear. Side windows are limited by the proximity of adjacent structures or by the narrowness of the building. In a star home, each wing face has its own window or glazed tip. Light enters from every direction of the compass at every hour of the day. The central core, where all those light paths converge, is the brightest, most dynamically lit space in the home. Morning light from the east wing, afternoon light from the west wing. Northern ambient light for consistent, even illumination throughout the day. At the tip of each wing, a single large window or full glazed panel frames a specific, curated view in each direction. The home does not have one relationship with its landscape. It has as many relationships as it has points. Each wing looks out at a different aspect of the site: a tree, a water feature, an open field, a mountain horizon, and every seat in every wing has its own distinct connection to the world outside. That multiplicity of views and light directions is the interior experience that no rectangular plan can replicate, regardless of how many windows you cut into its walls. Of all the spatial experiences a star-shaped tiny home produces, one stands apart: the tip of the point. Standing at the very end of the narrowest wing, where the two walls converge to their sharpest angle, where the ceiling has followed the roof pitch down to its lowest point, where the single window at the tip frames one perfect view, is the most spatially intense experience the star home offers. You are at the outermost edge of the building. The walls are closing in on both sides. The ceiling is low and close, and straight ahead, through that single window at the pointed tip, the landscape opens up completely. The compression of the architecture at that point makes the view through the window feel explosive. The small opening delivers a larger spatial experience than a wall of glass in an open-plan room, because the contrast between the tight, enclosed approach and the open-framed view is absolute. Architects call this compression and release. The star home delivers it at the tip of every single point. It is the reason people who visit star-shaped homes for the first time walk straight to the tip of the nearest wing without being told to. The geometry invites them. The architecture does the guiding. And when they get there and look out, they understand immediately why this shape exists. Here is what I want to know from you today. The star-shaped home is one of the rarest forms in tiny house design. It costs more to build, takes longer to design, and demands more from everyone involved. But the interior spatial experience, the central core, the intimate wings, the compression and release at every tip, is unlike anything else at the small residential scale. Is that experience worth the extra complexity and cost? Or does the star shape belong in the category of architectural ideas that are better in theory than in practice? Drop your answer in the comments right now. I want to know exactly where you stand. That is why star-shaped homes stand out from every other tiny house, and why the architects who build them consider it some of their best work. If this kind of deep architectural thinking is what you are here for, Affordable Tiny Living is your channel. Subscribe right now and we will be in your feed every single week with the builds and the ideas that actually matter. 2 videos are lined up for you right now. The first is our breakdown of the most extraordinary polygon and multi-wing tiny home designs being built today, the broader family that the star home belongs to. The second is our full guide to radial and non-rectangular tiny home planning, how designers work with unusual geometry to create small homes that outperform their footprint. Both are worth your time. See you in the next one.